Listen up, Chi-Town. Get ready because today's news is explosive, exclusive, and will change everything you thought you knew about the Bears. Feel that urgency? It's the fear of missing out on the truth, the curiosity gnawing at you to see if our moment has finally arrived. There are moves shaking Hollis Hall, from a defensive revolution to a new arrival that fortifies our future, and a piece of news ensuring our offensive power. This is more than a video. It's a promise of what's coming. Stick around because this is Day Bears, and you're not going to believe it. After years of watching this team search for its identity, after seasons where Chicago's defense, the DNA of the city, didn't seem like the monsters of the Midway, it finally seems bold. Moves are being made. When we think about everything we've suffered since the era of Matt Nagy and Chuck Pagano, with defenses that promised but didn't deliver, this news I bring is fresh air but also a risk we had to take. Rumors are flying, and I'm telling you, the sources are solid. Ben Johnson's coaching staff is implementing a new defensive philosophy, one that doesn't just perfect the hits principle we've heard so much about but incorporates elements of hybrid schemes, mixing 4-3 aggression with the versatility of 3-4 fronts and a never-before-seen personnel rotation. Think it's a coincidence? I'm telling you, it's not. It's a desperate yet brilliant attempt to maximize the talent we have in every position, to make every player an interchangeable, lethal piece. But what does this mean for our defensive linemen, our linebackers? Are they ready for the versatility this demands? I believe they are. And I ask, are we witnessing the rebirth of the defense that made us great? Look, the Packers, with their new defensive coordinator, are trying to reinvent themselves, but remain tied to a more traditional system. The Vikings aim to be more explosive, but at the cost of solidity. And Detroit, well, Detroit is still searching for a consistent defensive identity. We in Chicago have a defensive tradition like no other. From Dick Butkus to Mike Singletary, Brian Urlacher, and Akeem Hicks, this city breeds defense. If executed, well, this new strategy could be the answer to years of frustration. The salary cap allows us flexibility to bring in pieces that fit this new puzzle. Are we talking about a defense that will dominate the NFC North like in the old days? I'm telling you yes, if the players buy into it. But the million-dollar question is, can Eberflus, with all the pressure he's under, materialize this vision? On the field? Because in Chicago, we don't play around with defense. Think about this. How many times have we seen our defensive linemen out of gas in the fourth quarter? How many times have our linebackers been out of position against the passing game? This new philosophy aims precisely at that, keeping players fresh, confusing the rival quarterback with different pre-snap and post-snap looks and exploiting offensive weaknesses with versatility we didn't have before. I'm telling you, this is a chess move, not checkers. It's risky, yes, but risk is part of the game if you want to win a Super Bowl. If Eberflus can get this defense to play with the discipline and aggressiveness this hybrid scheme demands, get ready, because the monsters of the Midway will not only return, but will be more terrifying than ever. But if it fails, if the players can't adapt, if execution is poor, then we'll be in the same old hole. And I'm not willing to accept that, G-Town. The urgency is real. The season is right around the corner. There's no time for half measures. This is the trial by fire for Eberflus and his staff. Can they transform this vision into a reality that brings us back defensive glory? I believe they can, but implementation will be key. What do you think? Are you ready to see a Bears defense that not only stops rivals but terrifies them? Because I tell you, if this works, the NFC North will tremble. If that surprises you, wait until you hear this. Chicago, this is what we've been waiting for. After years and years, from the era of Jay Cutler through the disappointment of Trubisky, and now with Caleb Williams, how many times have we called for an offensive line that truly protects our quarterback? Too many. It's always been our Achilles heel, the weak point that's cost us games and put our quarterbacks at risk. And I tell you, enough, no more. And now I ask, are you ready for the news that changes the game in the trenches? It's been confirmed. An explosive acquisition bringing veteran guard Jon Runyan Jr. from the New York Giants to Chicago. That's navy and orange, baby. This move is a declaration of intent from Ryan Poles. Runyan Jr. isn't just another body. He's a guy with experience, coming from a team that, though not victorious, gave him significant minutes and tested him against elite defenses. Do you think Poles is done? I don't think so, but this is a huge step. Look, the Packers had him, and what did they do? Let him go. They're crazy. We snagged him. While Green Bay focuses on their youth, we're bringing in proven experience. To solidify the line, the Vikings' offensive line is always a question mark, and Detroit, despite hefty investments, still has its inconsistencies. We, with Runyan Jr., are adding a key piece that can stabilize the interior line, give Caleb more time in the pocket, and open holes for our runners. The trade cost, a 6th-round pick, is a steal in my opinion. His contract is manageable, around $10 million annually, leaving us salary cap space for future moves. Does this mean we finally have a respectable offensive line? I'm telling you this, it's a huge step towards it. The question is, can this addition be the catalyst for the entire line to elevate its quality and let us dominate in the NFC North? Because if we don't protect Caleb, nothing else matters. Think about the importance of this. Caleb Williams is our future, the reason we have hope. And how do we protect that future? With an offensive line that can weather the storm. Jon Runyan Jr. isn't the most athletic guy in the world, but he's a solid, smart blocker with great anchoring power. His arrival means we can have more confidence in the interior of the line, especially in passing situations. Do you remember how many times our quarterbacks have been hit just after releasing the ball? That's over. I believe Runyan Jr. will bring the toughness and consistency we've been lacking. Plus, his experience in the Giants system, which has similarities to what's being sought in Chicago, will allow for quicker adaptation. The exclusiveness of this news is that Ryan Poles didn't rest on his laurels. He didn't settle for what we already had. He went out and found a piece that fits, a proven veteran, and got it for a bargain price. That's what being a smart GM is. And what does this mean for the rest of the line? I'm telling you, it raises the level of competition. Now, the other linemen know there's a standard, that they have to perform at their best. Will Runyan Jr. be the catalyst for Teven Jenkins, Darnell Wright, and the rest of the line to reach their full potential? I think so. This is a clear sign that the Bears are serious about protecting Caleb. The curiosity is to see how this line assembles now. Who will play where? How will the chemistry look? This is exciting, Bears fans. Because if we protect Caleb, the sky is the limit. And when you thought we were done? But here comes the really crazy part, Chicago. If you thought the defense and the offensive line were all, you're crazy. We finally have a generational talent in quarterback Caleb Williams. And what do? We give him the tools, the security, an asset that can change the course of any game. After years of struggling with receivers that didn't measure up, with stagnated offenses, this news is a cry of hope for the whole city. It has been confirmed. A contract extension for our star wide receiver, DJ Moore. No way. Moore is signed. A multi-year deal keeping him in navy and orange for a long time. This man is the anchor of our offense, the guy who can turn a routine play into a yardage explosion. And you know why this is great for Chicago? I'm telling you because it secures a vital connection for Caleb Williams. It's giving our young quarterback the certainty that his number one receiver will be here to build chemistry, to grow together, to dominate the league. Look, the Packers have their young receivers, but none with the proven track record and consistent explosiveness of DJ Moore. The Vikings lost their star and are in rebuild mode. Detroit has Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is good, but Moore has that spark, that capability to make big plays that few have. Moore's contract, rumored to be around $25 million annually, places him among the highest paid receivers in the league, and deservedly so. It's a massive investment, yes, but it's an investment in the stability and potential of our offense. Are we mortgaging tomorrow for today? I don't think so. This is a declaration of intentions. The Bears are building an elite offense around Caleb Williams. The question I ask is, with DJ Moore secured and new pieces on the line, are we finally ready to compete for the NFC North title and beyond? Because this city deserves a winning team, and DJ Moore is a fundamental piece of that. Puzzle, Day Bears, Chicago doesn't play. Consider the reciprocity here. DJ Moore came to Chicago in a trade and from day one put on the jersey and proved to be a leader, a professional, and an absolute beast on the field. Now, the Bears are paying him what he's worth, demonstrating that they value his talent and commitment. This is what we want to see. A team that rewards its stars and builds around them. I'm telling you, this extension isn't just about numbers. It's about the stability it gives Caleb Williams. A young quarterback needs a reliable target, someone who can win on any route, who can make a play when the plan breaks down. That's DJ Moore. The curiosity now is to see how this offense, with Caleb, Moore, and the new additions, becomes one of the most explosive in the league. Can Moore surpass his numbers from last year? I think so, with a quarterback like Caleb throwing him the ball. The urgency was to secure Moore before it became an issue or a distraction. Ryan Poles did it. And the fear of him leaving, that fear is gone. Now, only excitement remains, the excitement of seeing this offense fly. Are we talking about an attack capable of scoring 30 points per game? I'm telling you, with Moore, Kmet, and young talent, it is entirely possible. This is the piece that solidifies the entire offensive plan. Chicago, this is our moment. So, Bears Nation, what do you think about all this? With Matt Eberflus new defensive philosophy, will we finally see the monsters of the Midway dominate the NFC North again? I want to read your predictions in the comments. And tell me, is the arrival of guard Jon Runyan Jr. to the offensive line the key move we needed to shield Caleb Williams and give him the time he needs to shine? Or do you think there's still more to do to have an elite line? Finally, with DJ Moore's extension, is this the piece we needed for the Bears offense to compete for the Super Bowl? Your opinion is vital to this community. Don't stay silent. Comment below, because your voice is the voice of Chicago. And I promise, this is just the beginning. Tomorrow we'll have more explosive news, analysis no one else will give you, and the passion that only a true Bears fan can feel. If you want to be part of the truth, if you want the deepest analysis and the most authentic passion for the Chicago Bears, then you have to subscribe to this channel right now. Like, share this video with every Bears fan, and join our pack. We are family. We are the Bears. Bear down, Chicago. See you in the next video.